Hey, what's up, boys and girls, guys and gals, moms and dads? Randy Gage here, coming to you from San Diego, California, home of one of the most excited tribes of fusioners you're going to find anywhere in the world. And we're going to start in about 1 minute. I'm just getting on early to let the Facebook messaging go out. And do me a favor and check in and say hi when you log in. I'm actually doing this now in the Chrome browser extension because it seems with the Firefox there's buffering issues. But since I tested one Chrome yesterday and I didn't see comments, I saw when people joined, but the comments or the hearts or likes weren't coming through. So if you would, I see, okay, so Gina's, all right, that comment's working. Tap a heart or a like, please, Gina, and let me see if that comes through, please. Or if I need to do a different setting. If you guys joining, we're going to join, and we're going to start in about 30 seconds. Did you do that, Gina? Because I didn't see it. I'm just wondering, I want to see if this actually is the same on Chrome. No, anyone else check in, say hi? Looks like it's 9 o'clock Pacific straight up, 12 Eastern, 11 o'clock for you guys in Mexico City, Ciudad de Mexico, and Lima. All right, Jeff Lord is saying hi, that's working, Zolt joined. Okay, so I guess the hearts and likes don't show on Chrome. Anyway, got a really important topic today because we're going to talk about what makes Fuxion products superior to any other products that you could drink yourself or you could represent. Hey, Ann and Max, good to see you guys checking in. These really are the healthiest beverages on planet Earth. And I want to share some of what we've learned. You guys know we have a product committee, kind of a story committee kind of working on, hey, what's the best way that we explain this to people? What's, you know, the story as we go out and share the Fuxion story with people? How can we convey just how valuable these products are? And the more you learn about this biotech lab and complex outside of Lima, the more you learn about biodynamic dormancy, the more you that I chat with Alvaro. I was actually chatting with him last night in the evening, kind of finalizing a couple of things. The more you learn about this process, you start to understand there's no company anywhere in the world that has products on these levels. So let me clear up a couple of things. Other companies sell healthy drinks, right? We know that. Look at TV, look at the internet. I mean, all kind of companies are claiming to have healthy products. Ours are healthier, and I'm going to prove it to you. Other companies say they sell natural products or all natural products. But I'm going to show you that Fuxion products are totally 100% natural, have greater bioavailability, and I'm going to show you why. And finally, you're going to hear other companies say, well, yeah, we've got products from the rainforest or, you know, the Andes or, you know, the healthy mountaintop where whatever. But Fuxion products are superior, and I want to show you why, so that when you're out there building your business and you're sitting one-on-one with somebody in a cafe and they want to know, well, why should I buy this product here instead of a energy drink that they're selling in the supermarket or the convenience store? And the answer is biodynamic dormancy. This is a unique exclusive process developed by Alvaro Zuniga Benavides, our brilliant visionary founder. Understand his background. He's worked in food for years. He's you know, his passion is the ancient secrets of nature. I mean, you go to his home and he has pre-Mayan artifacts. I mean, this is who he is. This is what his life is about. And you know, he worked on creating a protein source for the United Nations Children Fund for them to help with kids in indigenous countries. He has a patent on for the matrix of the nutritional matrix delivery in a protein. He's got a patent on that, and he has another patent pending on that. So this is one of the most brilliant people on planet Earth in terms of wellness and nutrition and how we can create the healthiest beverages on planet Earth. And he is the one who was the guiding force behind developing biodynamic dormancy. And this is the ultimate delivery system for nutrient bioavailability and delivery, because it keeps the active principles of these fruits, vegetables, plants, herbs, botanical ingredients, keeps the active principle alive in a state of suspended animation. Like in animal kingdom, we talk about hibernation, right? The bear in the woods in the wintertime goes into hibernation. The bear isn't dead. The bear is still alive, just maintaining until spring, when he or she wakes up and then goes to work, right? Same thing. Alvaro has found a way to do this in the plant kingdom, protecting those nutrients until they're activated when we mix one of these in water, and boom, it's activated. Here's the most important thing you need to know. This gives the nutrients a viable shelf life without preservatives. So there's no chemicals, no preservatives. This is done at very low temperature. So here's the thing, when you say, well, I saw that other companies sell drinks from, made with rainforest type ingredients, or I see other companies are saying they have healthy products, or other companies say they have concentrates and whole foods and concentrated into powder. What's the difference? Guys, here's the difference. This is an apple, right? As soon as we pick this from the tree, at the peak of its ripeness, just when the nutritional content is perfect, when we pick this from the tree, there's that state of perfect nutrient bioavailability. Now it goes in a basket, sits in a basket for a day or two, goes in a truck, travels on a truck, goes to a market. Now it's 5 days later, maybe it's 8 days later, you pick it up in the supermarket. It isn't at its optimal state, but it's still a very healthy state. But if it sat in that supermarket for 3 weeks, what would happen? Our very healthy, nutritious apple would turn into poison, toxic, really, because it would ferment, it would oxidize, it would turn bad, right? So same thing, let's say I want to have a little bite of this apple. So I take my paring knife out and I cut a slice of this apple. Delicioso, right? This is peak, delicious, ripe, nutrient, everything. But what's going to happen if I leave this slice, if I take this apple and I just let it sit on my desk here for 15 minutes? Oxidation. That apple is going to start to oxidize and it's going to deteriorate. So here's the thing. Fusion has biodynamic dormancy. No one else in the world has biodynamic dormancy. So when you see these other companies, when you see these other juices, when you see these other powders, here's what you need to know. Either number one, the enzymes and the active principles are dead. Or number two, they added some kind of preservative to try and maintain the nutritional value of that. Stop, time out, period, end of story right there. That is everything you need to know why there is no more superior product than Fusion Beverage, why these are the healthiest beverages on planet Earth. Because of this suspended animation because of biodynamic dormancy, where that active principle is kept bioactive but dormant until we add water to it, and then it's activated. The other thing, when you look at these other healthy products, rainforest products, concentrated products, whole food products, do they have GMOs? Do they have additives? Are they slathered with sugar? And what else do we have? Clean label. Look at all the Fuxion products, which are clean label now, which we're migrating all of the products into. So you can read the label, you can understand, you know what they are. There can be no GMOs, can be no synthetic anything. It's pure Mother Nature. So when you see these other products, then those are the questions to ask. Hey, why wouldn't that product be oxidated already? Or what's the nasty, excuse me, synthetic, I have a cold trying to get me, so I'm going to find out if 5 Vera Plus in one day can stop a cold. Think of that. How could you create your own tea with the equivalent power to boost your immune system as Vera Plus, right? It all starts with this biotech lab and complex outside of Lima, because this is where the consistency and the quality control comes from. So understand, Alvaro and the scientific committee, they source the ingredients, meaning they decide which plants, which botanicals, herbs, roots, fruits, vegetables, whatever, possess which particular properties that they want to create. So, and we don't go and take them out of the Amazon rainforest. We're working to protect the rainforest. As you know, Rafael has bought hundreds and hundreds of acres, hectares of land there to help protect and create a preserve and a reserve. So we find the ingredients there and then farm them sustainably. Then they'll select the different parts. It might be pulp, husks, kernels, leaves. They separate all those, right? Then here's the two-step process. This is where the isolation and the concentration of the active principles actually happens. The first part of the process is cold press. So mean no heat, low temperature, where they press. And so they could press just like you would with a juicer, right? You might put this in a press or a juicer, and then it breaks it down, it turns it into a pulp, right? That's kind of similar to cold pressing. But with Fuxion, we have microfiltration through a nano strainer. Because some of those, not all the ingredients we use need that, but a lot of them do. And so we've added water in many cases. We've created this pulpy liquid, which that's how we isolate the active principles. You go through the nano strainer, some of them, not all of them, to get out the stuff that we don't want and keep in the stuff we do want. And then the second part of the process is atomization. Remember, we've infused this with water. Now it's converted into micro-sprayed drops, and they are dried with cyclonic, meaning cyclone, right? Which is, I think, to be a cyclone or a hurricane, you got to be at least 75 mile an hour winds. Cyclonic grade air drying, but at low temperature, not hot. Very important, because high temperature kills active principles. And that's what a lot of manufacturing processes that stuff in the health food store or the supermarket have, that kills that. So this is done at low temperature, and it becomes bioactive powder in 2 seconds because of the speed and the strength of these cyclonic winds, where they're evaporating the water out. So it turns into this bioactive but dormant. Remember, bioactive dormancy. It's bioactive. The active ingredients are still live, but they're dormant, and they're dormant until we mix them with water. So That's the two-step process of biodynamic dormancy. That's what no one else in the world has. That's the genius of Alvaro Zuniga, okay? That's why whatever they say, well, yeah, we grow our, ingredients on the side of a mountain, or yeah, we're all natural, or we're healthy. No, either the active principles, the vital nutrients and micronutrients are dead, or they're adding some kind of nasty preservatives. But let me tell you something else. There's one more step. There's a third part of the process that happens after the two-step process of biodynamic dormancy, and that is the emulsion process. And when I say emulsion, I mean with an X, because once again, this is a unique exclusive product that Fuxion has. Other companies cannot match this, where each granule of these powders is sprayed with a small polyunsaturated fatty acid. Say, okay, so why do we do that? Why are we adding fatty acids? Because they're really healthy for you. It increases the nutritional profile, the value of these powders, and more importantly, it maximizes the bioactivity and the absorption in your small intestines. And believe me, you do not want to ask Alvaro about this because I did. And I mean, he sends me charts of the colon and he sent me like all these different areas of the small intestine and which part and how these polyunsaturated fatty acids help with absorption in exactly that part of the small intestine. All right, you can't beat these. You can't find more superior products anywhere on quality Earth. So here's the point I was making: is you could take your apples, your oranges, your peaches, your pears, buy them, go to Whole Foods Market and buy the organic ones, or maybe you live in an area of the country and you could drive to a garden where they're organic. Maybe you grow your own, right? You say, yeah, I'm an organic farmer. I've got an organic apple tree in my backyard. So my homemade juice products would be better than Fuxion. And the answer is no, they wouldn't. Don't get me wrong, if you garden your own stuff, I think that's wonderful. And I think it's really healthy. And I wish everybody did it. I wish if I didn't live in a condo, I would do that myself. But understand that what you could do with your homegrown organic produce in your juicer still cannot beat the nutritional value of what's in Fuxion products. Let me tell you why. Number one, higher quality ingredients. Now, why do I say higher quality ingredients? It's very simple. Alvaro has a better garden than you do, because Alvaro has the Amazon, the rainforest, the Andes. So if you live in Iowa, like Isa Bonita does, you can grow corn. And we have a lot of people in Iowa who grow corn. But you can't grow corn like the purple corn that are grown at such a high altitude in the Andes. Because those foods are grown those plants are grown at such high altitude, they have to be so much stronger to survive. So if you look, that's just why the antioxidant, the ORAC rating, or the antioxidant value of something like the purple corn, which is in our Vita drink, it's off the charts because of the soil and the area and the altitude from which it's grown. The next thing that we can't compete with individually is the compound effect, what we call the X effect, of what happens when you put this particular ingredient with another particular ingredient, what happens when they combine, and then what happens. So it can also make the drink, so Alvaro could just say, you know what, because this is a drink that is helping people foster healthy weight, I'm going to make sure there's some fiber in there. or because this is a sports energy drink and we're going to be nourishing, replenishing after athletic, I'm going to make sure there's extra antioxidants in there. I want this to have an energy property. I want this to have a thermogenic property. Are you going to do that in your organic garden at home? You take this. I got 5 blogs to write today, right? So I need physical energy and I need mental concentration, mental acuity. I need creative energy to write. So my favorite cocktail with Fusion is what's in this shaker right here, which is on and off, or what we call stressless in some areas of the world, or no stress. It has different names in different countries. But that product, the on and the off, I make a cocktail of them. So that's what I want to do. If you were going to stay up 5 hours writing your taxes, you have got to do a test for your exams to get into law school. You really need mental energy and you need physical energy. Well, you put on and off together. So do you have any idea how many hours you would have to spend gardening to develop the ingredients for this particular cocktail? You need 50 hours in your garden to produce one shaker that you could buy for $3 from Fusion. So that compound X effect is amazing. And then the third part of the equation is that emulsion of adding in those fatty acids, which are so important for health and wellness. So do you understand? You can literally sit across the table from someone at Starbucks and they say, I grow all my own fruits and vegetables and they're totally organic and I juice them fresh. So that's the healthiest thing I could drink. And you can literally look them in the eye and say, no, this is healthier than what you're doing in your own garden. Now, of course, we're not going to tell them stop gardening, stop being great. We love that they garden and they're organic and all that, because that's the food that they eat. But where they can't compete is the beverages that they drink. So if somebody has a healthy diet, they eat healthy foods, and they drink pure water, and then we add one step more, which is the healthiest beverages on planet Earth. That's the greatest gift you could give your friends, your family, your neighbors, the people you work with. There is no company anywhere that has a product that is superior to Fusion Beverages. These are the healthiest beverages on planet Earth. And that's why they are superior. So you come back, you tag your team member here, you come back and watch this again and again. You have them come back and watch this again and again. Dobry Dan, my friend Alexander, and Sasha, Iramchuk, and my people from Russia who I saw are watching because I just added you to the group before. You got to say, how do we tell this story in Russian? You guys, my Latino amigos Latinos, same thing. You got to say, okay, how do I get across this story in Spanish? How do I show people? So come back and watch this as often as you need. Get your team here to come and watch this so that you can show people why these beverages are superior to any other beverage they could buy from any other company, grocer, health food store, juice bar, anywhere, because they're the healthiest beverages on planet Earth. All right, hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Peace.